Okay, so what everybody wants to know is, can you help them as far as renting a box truck? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Entre Mike, where the Entre is short for entrepreneur, back with another video. And today I got your boy Dan from Truck Insurance on YouTube. I know a lot of you guys are probably familiar with him, but that's all I got to say as far as the introduction for him. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. If you could let the people know who you are and what you have to offer, man.
So I'm Daniel from the Truck Insurance channel, and I own String Trucking Insurance Agency. Specialize in trucking insurance, and that's pretty much all we do is trucks, shit hauls, cross the state lines. That's what we cover, and more specifically, I help a lot of new ventures get going, and that's like my specialty. So yeah,
That's dope. That's dope. Okay, so what everybody wants to know is, can you help them as far as renting a box truck? Like, could you help them, a decent rate? Because some of these people are really taxing for renting now, and that's like one of the biggest debates of the game. Like, should you get in renting or finance? And I just did a video with JJ, who I know you're familiar with too. So if you could just let them know, how you can help in that aspect too, because a lot of people are trying to rent.
Yeah, so the rental game is a little tricky to navigate, and like you gotta be careful so you don't like waste money, and like the timing is really important. And then understanding like what coverages you need where, because it's not like just coverages for the FMCSA, just coverages for running load boards or Amazon Relay, or and then also like the rental companies. Rental companies are getting kind of like tough to work with because of the truck shortage.
That's a great point. Because with the FMCSA, they only require what, 750,000.
All right. So I'll break that down real quick. FMCSA only cares about the auto liability, unless you're like a household goods mover or you do hazmat, something like that. For just general freight, you're not hauling anything special or specific. It's the minimum limit or the minimum required limit is going to be 750. So people always get confused on that too. They're like, why does I got $1 million policy. Why did an insurance company do $1 million on my filing? It's like, why would they tell them you have more than what they were asking for?
And then you got to go back to a compliance company and they charge you $300-400 just to change it, when it's as simple as logging into your Safer account.
You don't need to change it at all. Like, if you do change it, then you're making changes to what the underwriters are going to be looking for down the road. So like especially with rentals, like when you're trying to do the rental trucks, like Progressive's kind of like the only option. It's the only option that works. Like you might get a rental truck with another insurance company in some states where there's like these smaller insurance companies that would be willing to do it. But the problem is, like, if you're swapping out trucks, it'll start messing up your billing, and the endorsements can get like out of whack. And because Progressive's the only company that has a system that allows the agents like me to get in there and make the changes real quick and fast, and the billing is all automated and tied in. Everything else is like 5-6 people involved in making one little change. Like like all you're doing is swapping a truck. Shouldn't be a big deal, but inside it's like that's a nightmare.
So it's another good question too. I don't mean to I don't know if you're biased towards a certain renting company, but which renting company do you think is the best in your opinion for you?
Like all of them have something else, right? So I'll break that down real quick. Actually been meaning to make some videos about this, but every time I go to put the content together for a video, something changes with the rental company.
I need to tell everybody to go. My bad, by the way. Like, go subscribe to this man's channel, man. I know I'm blocking the name. Truck Insurance, man. It's simple name. Subscribe and hit that notification bell like your boy did too.
Companies, right? Like, so first off, right now, truck shortage, the best rental company is a rental company that actually has a truck available so that you can go run.
Yeah.
Like when you spend almost a month or more than a month, some people plan this stuff out for a while, and it's nice.
Yeah.
They think they got all their stuff in a row, and then truck shortage hits. And it's like, well, that puts a plan. But so best company right now is whoever's got trucks available. Then price can be different. Penske had a deal, like an Amazon program. Everybody's talking about that going away. you know, it was kind of like already gone for a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
kind of like choosing and picking who got approved. Like I could
so
send
what?
2 people from state to my guy over there that was supposed to be approving these, and like one would come back approved and the other wouldn't. It's like whatever.
Okay, so
But
you just mentioned the guy. So I was wondering, do you have like a rental account manager that people can, you know, be like that you could help them out with, like somebody that you could refer to get them a deal or a quote?
trying to put that together for like everywhere, and I had one guy at budget that was able to do everything.
Okay.
Restricted to a territory southeast. I've got a guy at Ryder that does pretty well, and he's pretty quick to respond. There's actually a link on my website. Like you go to my website, there's like a resource tab. You can request the Ryder account. But with the Ryder deal, and I try to keep it updated, like as far as the rates and stuff go.
Okay.
But yeah, you fill that out. The Ryder Amazon program, like you got to have that approval email from Amazon to get it.
Okay.
Now, like that's with this guy. He's an inside like commercial rep or whatever, and then you know there might be another rep you get on the phone or at a local office that gives you the same deal just because they can. You know, their managers approving it, whatever. You know, like that's just how it's working right now. So I hear all kinds of rates. Like I hear some. Okay. I've heard some cheaper rates. I've heard some outrageous rates.
Like, yeah, I don't seen something like 12, like 90 cents a mile or something like that.
Like are you doing this like as charity? Like
yeah, I don't even know, man. I wouldn't get into it, but that's why I preach that on my channel, you know. And then of course building business credit, but not everybody has the capital to start that way. But dang, it was just something on the tip of my tongue too. It'll come to me.
So like rental companies, so Penske still has good rates in some areas. Enterprise seems to be playing a little better than they used to. Like those guys, I'd hear like the most crazy rates coming from people that talk to Enterprise. And now it seems like Enterprise is like
the best,
you know, doing a little better on the rates. And they in some areas, I don't know if it's all areas. I've tried like getting a hook up like a contact at Enterprises. Haven't found anybody, and nobody's reached out to me. But like some deals, some monthly rental rate, which is typically a little better and easier.
So, so my question was going to be, as far as insurance, like that's like the biggest problem with rental companies and why they're demanding so much is because there's a problem with keeping the insurance policy going. And you said there are ways around that when we spoke off camera, as far as I'm not going to speak on too much, but just simply, staying insured.
I'll highlight that real quick. So, like, the rental companies offer insurance when you rent the truck. And, like, for instance, well, they offer insurance, but that won't get your authority activated and it won't maintain your authority. It's just a temporary insurance for the period of your rental, right? Your authority requires the federal filings, the MCS 90 endorsement on the insurance, which is like the insurance part that attaches to the BMC 91, which is the actual
and that's what Progressive files for you.
Yeah, so Progressive says, hey, we've got an MCS 90 endorsement. We're attaching that to your BMC 91 form. So, boom, now your authority can go active as long as you did your POC3 and the other stuff.
And UCR.
Their insurance won't ever cover your authority. They won't do the federal filings. Like, there's a minimum notice if you want to cancel a policy. Like, you don't get to just say, hey, I want to cancel. Like, the insurance companies are agreeing with the FMCSA. It's kind of like a contract that we're going to insure these trucks for this company and they're good to roll. Like, you can grant them authority. Like, we approve of that. And so a rental company's short-term deal, it could be a day, it could be a week, it could be a month.
Exactly.
That wouldn't work for them. It just doesn't make sense. So you have to, at the very least, get your auto liability and like your cargo through Progressive. Like I said, it's like the only company that really works for this. The trucks, got to be listed on the policy. So like every time you get a new truck, you got to get that endorsed on the policy. The other thing is like, I'll break it down real quick.
My bad, real quick. People are wanting to know if that's complicated though. Like, because even I've wondered that, like, getting if I got another truck, is it really complicated to get that policy switched over for that one?
I make it really easy. A lot of other agencies won't do it. Like, just period, they'll tell you no.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I do it because I do it with Progressive. I've done it with other insurance companies through which, like, almost all other insurance companies have to go through an insurance broker, wholesale market. And that's where it gets too complicated to do it with rentals. I've done it before, and it was a nightmare and like not profitable for me at all. Very bad experience for the customer because the billing gets jacked. Like you do 2 endorsements, right? Like you swap out 2 trucks, or like you add a truck. So now you're running 2 trucks on the road. Real quick, you will not, like, your bill will stay the same for like 2 months. You're like, why is my bill the same? And then the 3rd month comes and you owe $12,000.
Dang, that's crazy.
Like, it just doesn't work.
Premium going through the roof.
To make that process work.
All right, so I'm I think we've asked all the basics as far as renting. We've touched up on insurance a little bit. I kind of want to ask you, because you said off camera we talked, and you said you worked for a brokerage. Like you were a broker at one point, a freight broker, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So how do you feel as far as the rates for box trucks right now? Do you think they're fair, competitive? I know you're actually into trucking, you own your own, fleet and everything. So how do you feel about the box truck rates as far as people getting in with renting and the overhead costs? I know you can make it work, but
Yeah. So it's kind of boiling down, like with what I see with my clients and like what I've done and all that. Like OTR is kind of the way to go, unless you've got some direct shippers locally, or if you're in the Northeast on Amazon Relay. Amazon Relay shouldn't be like your only thing,
exactly.
Right? Like it's a complementary thing. It's another load board, right?
Exactly. It's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's
okay, so.
Maybe you could go to Amazon Relay and do fine.
Yeah, the Northeast got hot rates. That's what I tell people. But then again, when you look at the Northeast, they got the highest cost of living. So them making $2 a mile compared to my $170 a mile coming home in Georgia is like, are they really benefiting as much? I know they're gonna get their bills paid regardless, but overhead is gonna be higher too. Especially with their insurance.
Depends on the state. Like I do a lot of business in Ohio, and they've got really good rates.
Oh yeah, I love Ohio.
Maryland's pretty fair. Started doing business in Maryland too. Trying to expand as fast as I can.
Oh yeah, I already know. Get out of the Southeast. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I mean, Southeast. So here's the other thing. Like, just real quick, across the board, general freight, right? Like freight rates are pretty high right now. Yep. The demand for box trucks is really booming, and why? Because when we order stuff online, we want it now.
Exactly.
Right? And so, like, everything that feeds into retail and like all the other stuff, like, it's all because COVID, right? You had Amazon that had 2-day shipping, Prime shipping, and then it turned into like next day, and I can get stuff in 2 hours. Right?
Yep. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Like, almost to the point, like if I'm sitting on the couch and I order something, like I go to the front door and it's there. There's a boom for box trucks, but then there's also like, there's a lot of people getting into it and getting taken advantage of. So, you get into it and you're like, I've spent all this money. I need to start making money quick. And there's only a few brokers that work with you to begin with. So, like, think about that from the brokerage side. Like, okay, they know you're new. It's very evident. Yeah. Right? And know you can't go anywhere else, or you don't have many options. And they see the same load board you see. Yeah. So, like,
it's strategy. It's pure strategy. And what I'm trying to teach everybody new, you can take, you can learn all the information you want to know. You can learn from me. You can learn from Dan on, his channel. But as far as negotiating with those brokers, you got to know they already have a strategy in mind for box trucks, because they know our freight is limited. They're going to use that to their advantage to pocket more, So, and I hate to say it that way, but, that's why I tell everybody to broaden their mindset, past box trucks. Maybe this can be a starting in your trucking career path, but don't just stay complacent with box trucks, because they have a very small role in the big trucking industry. We haven't even scraped the surface of what's really out there, until you get you a power only in every type of trailer there is, whether it's a dry van, reefer, flatbed, hell, even tankers make money. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to bring to my channel, more authentic information instead of glamorizing, I can bring home $200,000 a year with a box truck. It's just not possible. You know what I'm saying? You can gross it. I'm saying as far as net though, you know what I mean? You're not gonna take home that much profit, after expenses. But yeah, that's about all I had to touch up on. If you had any last remarks, let them know where they can contact you. I'm gonna put all his links in the description and just give a brief overview of all the things you can help as far as them coming to you. And this is all free information.
Consultations, like I set that up. You ask me any questions you want, whether it's about insurance or not, I'll help you out. And even if you're like, before I was only in a few states, and I've got another agency I'm working with to cover like 48 states now, so we're growing. But yeah, I mean, I'll talk with you about anything, even if you don't get a policy with me, like no big deal. I'm kind of here to help, and like I really want to promote that. Like insurance and trucking companies are like hand in hand. Like you've got to be pretty.
You need it for your authority. You need it.
I used to get calls all the time and be like, "Hey, I did this." It's like, oh, so you've got a driver on the road that you hired and you didn't run their MVR and like they're not on your policy, so they're not covered. That's great.
All right.
You know that.
So that's good, man. So basically, like I said, he has a rental account manager that he could probably get you in contact with too as well. Don't kill him about it. You know, if you need help with a quote with the insurance, he can help you with that. And those alone are like two really important things that I couldn't bring that I knew he could. So of course I'm glad he could collab. It was nice having you on the channel. And you know, this ain't the last time I'm talking to him. It's a lot of things he can help me with as well. I will be getting my quote of insurance with him too for my truck. Just know he's a good guy, great guy.
Yeah, appreciate it, Mike. Thank you. And everybody, if you're watching this, make sure you subscribe to his channel. He's got good stuff. He's great.
Yes, sir. Same for him, man. Like I said, y'all see it and hit that sub button and notification bell, man. Let me show it. Dang, I got to move myself. But all right, y'all. That's it for this video. Darn, I'm just messing up. That's it for this video. I'll see y'all next time, man.